Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Okay, so please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. I'm now going to show you your crystals. So for pile number 1, we have this beautiful gold stone. For pile number 2, we have this cat's eye. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful purple agate. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one pile, you can pick 2 or all of them. Your intuition will always know best. You can also pause the video if you need more time, and if you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this goldstone crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Okay, please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. You chose the card Truth. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards for you. Okay, for your cards, we have Waiting, we have Communication, we have Recognition, we have Abundance, for your tarot cards, we have the Queen of Winter, which is the Queen of Swords. We have the Knight of Spring, which is the Knight of Wands. We have the Fairy Bride, which is the Lover's card. We have the Sun. We have the Three of Winter, which is the Three of Swords. And I just got a notification as I pulled this card out, so perhaps there's some confirmation to do with this card. We have, lastly, the Two of Spring, which is the Two of Wands. Okay, my pile number 1s, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. So I feel, with both of these cards, we have butterflies in them. This is my pile of butterflies, beautiful, pretty butterflies. Wherever you go, it's just like, you're fluttering there with your pretty wings, and everyone wants to catch you. Just like when we see a beautiful, colorful butterfly fly past, we want to catch it and keep it around forever. But the butterfly flutters past, and it's kind of just a memory in our mind, a beautiful memory in our mind where we rarely ever see that butterfly again. So I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean this in a way of like, wherever you go, it's like people want to see more of you. People want to see you again. And they want to catch you. They want to have you around forever. And it's like they can't. That's the feeling I get. So also with the Knight of Wands, you know, we see this man on a bunny looking with a telescope, and it's like everybody watches you wherever you go, and they're waiting to see you. So perhaps if you go to places like you are regularly seen at, it's like people wait to see you again. People wait to see you when, you know, you go somewhere and they know you're going to be there. Just like if you go to somewhere where your friends might be at and their friends often see you, or like situations like that where you are going to a party or an event and like people know you're going to be there. It's almost like people wait to see you. People wait to communicate with you, because you bring in this fun vibe. I mean, even with the sunset showing here and the sun card, it's like people can't wait to talk to you and communicate to you and see how you're going to be dressed with the fairy bride here. It's like, it's almost like you have this talk of the town energy, my pile number ones, because you just have this vibe to you, or this essence to you of like people recognize you when they see you. People talk, and it's almost like people are just, I don't know what word to use. It's almost like, you know, when you see a celebrity and people are like, oh my gosh, that celebrity wore this at this event, blah 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 blah. I wonder what they're gonna wear this year. They wore this last year. Can we predict what they're gonna wear? Like that kind of energy. And you know, you may attract some jealousy because of this amount of vibrancy your soul has, this amount of vibrancy your look has as well. And it's like people that are jealous kind of talk, and but the feeling here is even if they talk, you're still here in this on the stage. Like as we see here, a couple on stage, and here these women are talking and gossiping and laughing, but it's like, are they on stage? No. Are they on the spotlight? No. So all they can do is talk, but you're always the one that's in the spotlight wherever you go. And it's like everyone watches you wherever you go. And the stairs here kind of reminds me of that vibe. You know when movies have like prom nights and things like that, and then people walk down the stairs and everyone's looking at them. Everyone's just like, oh my gosh, did you see what pile one's wearing? They look so beautiful. And Spirit is clairvoyantly showing me the scene from, I think it's like the Hilary Duff's Cinderella. I forgot what movie it was. Let me just check properly. But there was a scene with that girl that was there, and then she was like looking at Cinderella, which was Hilary Duff playing it, and she was like, love the dress, hate her. So you may attract some jealous vibes because of how much you steal the spotlight, but I don't want to talk too much about that. Of course you're gonna, you know, have people talk because you're in that spotlight, because you shine out so much like the sun. Everybody notices you, and you're like that butterfly everyone wants to catch but nobody can keep. Okay, so let me just see what movie it is. Oh, it's a Cinderella story. So I just feel that vibe, like people, I'm hearing the word enthralled, like people get enthralled by you. I don't even know what that word means. Let's just see. Oh, it means capture the fascinated attention of. So that's so cool that Spirit's giving me that word, but I didn't even know what that means. So like people get enthralled by you. You really capture fascination from people wherever you go. when you steal the spotlight. It's like everyone recognizes you. And, you know, even here how she's carrying this mirror, it gives me this vibe of like, people are fascinated by your looks. People are fascinated by your beauty, your handsomeness, by the clothes you wear, your style. Like I mentioned, you have that vibrant kind of vibe to you, personality, look, and it's like everyone notices it, just like a beautiful sunset. Everybody takes pictures of the beautiful sunset. Everybody notices and it's like, hey, look at that beautiful sunset over there. And that's how I feel your vibe is, my pal number ones. And I mean, you even chose the gold stone. And look how shimmery and shiny it is. I mean, if we had to give this a personality, this is you. Like everywhere you go, it's shimmery, shiny, sparkly, and everyone notices. Everyone can't wait to see you, can't wait to see what outfits you wear, can't wait to look at you and look at how you did your hair, your makeup, if you're a woman, what kind of jewelry you wear. Some of you like to wear jewelry and people really love the jewelry you wear. And you know, with the mirror here, it kind of gives me the vibe of self-love as well. So perhaps you look like you love yourself by the way you kind of take care of yourself, and wherever you go, people think that you love yourself, maybe because of the way you carry yourself or the way you speak. I don't know what it is, but there's something about that. And there is this feeling of people just wanting to have fun with you and spend time with you wherever you go and talk to you, communicate to you, be like, oh my gosh, I love the dress you're wearing. I love your fashion style. I love the way your hair is done, the way your makeup is done. And that's the feeling I get here from you, my pal number ones. You're like that shimmery diamond everybody wants, but no one can have. That's the feeling I get. And even with the abundance card, it's giving me that vibe of like, you probably steal the spotlight with probably like the things you wear. Like maybe you just look expensive in the things you wear, even if you don't spend a lot of money on the clothes you buy. It's the way you kind of pull it off, even the jewelry you wear. Perhaps it just looks expensive, or the way your hair is done, it looks like you just got your hair done at a salon, but really you just did it at home. That's a feeling I get from you, my pal number ones, of how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. It's like you bring in the sunshine energy wherever you go, and people are just excited to see you, to talk to you. That's the feeling I get. And people enjoy staring at you wherever you go. That's how you steal the spotlight. Like, look at this. I think sometimes people don't even try to hide the fact that they're staring at you. That's the feeling I get of how you steal the spotlight, my pal number ones. And you know, with the Queen of Swords showing up here, you have this magnificent power to you, because she's carrying like this I forgot what it's called now. My brain just went, okay. Anyways, I feel like you have this immense power you hold wherever you go, and it's just like you capture everyone's attention wherever you go, and that's how you steal the spotlight. And you know, with her showing up as like this winter vibe, perhaps some people can say, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I just mean this in a way, look at the fairy bride here. This is actually the Lover's card, but I love that it showed up as the fairy bride. And the Knight of Wands is here. So you may get a lot of like suitors or people that, you know, enjoy admiring you in a love type of way, or just feel very attracted to you. And like I mentioned, you're like that butterfly everyone wants but no one can catch, or that diamond everybody wants to wear on their hand but no one can wear. So sometimes people or suitors may say that you're cold, but it's a feeling of like, not everyone can buy the diamond that they see in the store, but the right people will get it. And that's how I feel with your energy, my pal number ones. It's not that you're cold, it's just that you know your worth. But that is literally how you kind of steal the kind of spotlight wherever you go. It's like you have this immense power of attraction, of drawing people in. And even if they feel like you are somewhat cold, I don't feel like you are, my pal number ones. I think it's maybe just like if you reject someone and you're not interested in them, but they kind of come onto you. I think it's just them kind of projecting that rejection wound or that ego wound onto you. Um, like if you rejected them, it seems like you hurt people's egos when you kind of don't like them back or aren't really interested in them. It's like everyone wants to even marry you with a fairy bride. It's like people just fall in love with you and they want to marry you, but then you're like, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. How can you say you're like in love with me, but you don't even know me? And that's how I feel like you kind of capture the attention wherever you go, because everyone's just very attracted to you. And I'm hearing it's almost like you put people under this love spell with your looks or your vibe or your energy, my pal number ones. And that's the feeling I get here. I feel like the right people will come to you and they will be able to have that diamond if they treat that diamond with care and love, but not everyone can get that diamond and they can just be somewhat what's the word I want to use? They can be somewhat salty because of it. It's almost like sometimes people are attracted to you, but they don't even know you that well. And then they want you to like them back. And then it's almost like they're entitled to you because they're attracted to you. Do you get what I mean? So I don't want you to worry about that, but I like your vibe, my pal number ones. Of course, everyone's going to want the beautiful butterfly wherever the butterfly flies, but you know, the butterfly's free. It's not meant to be trapped somewhere in a cage by people that just want it because of its beauty. But that's a feeling I get. Like, you get a lot of people that are just kind of really, really attracted by you and fascinated by you in a romantic sense. And the feeling I get from you is you want a partner that will kind of want you for your soul, your essence, not just your looks. And that is, you know, a valid thing to want. But with the fairy bride, I'm also hearing wifey material. Like you give off that essence of wifey material. And perhaps that's also why, you know, people like to just be attracted to you or stare at you. So with this Two of Wands, we see this woman drawing something and she's, you know, looking at this plant here. She's drawing. I feel like you have this muse energy to you, my pal number ones. You're like a beautiful muse, a beautiful work of art, and that's how you steal the attention wherever you go. And everyone recognizes this beautiful work of art wherever you go. And it's like your sunshine, a bright sun wherever you go. No one can not notice the sun wherever you go. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel you steal the attention and the spotlight wherever you go. I also feel like you attract a lot of people that want to be friends with you, that want to just, you know, have fun with you, talk to you. You have this vibrant essence, this vibrant vibe. Like, people just love to be around you. You make people feel like this sunshine energy wherever you go. It's kind of reminding me, you know, of those movies, like those fairy tale movies. Maybe it's because maybe it's because I'm using this fairy deck. But it kind of reminds me of those fairy tale movies where like the princess will go somewhere and everyone's greeting her, everyone's happy to see her. Like, it gives me that vibe. Of course, not having to do with gender, but Spirit is just showing me that, like, people love to talk to you and just be around you wherever you go, and that's how you kind of steal the spotlight. And even here in this card, you know, she's kind of looks like she's talking to this little turtle. So I feel like perhaps sometimes you, my pal number ones, some of you don't always like to talk to everybody like people, but you get along with animals. Like, I feel like if you were at a party, you know, a dog would come up to you and you'd kind of play with the dog there. And like everyone would want to talk to you, but you're just more interested in the dog. Like, I feel like that energy. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope some of you would resonate with that. Maybe not all of you, but I just feel like you also have this way with animals and children. Like, animals and children love you and love your vibe and essence because you give off this magical, fairy-like, mermaidy. Maybe it's just because I'm using these decks, I don't know, but I feel this essence from you. It's almost like little kids or animals look at you with the sparkle in their eyes because you have this essence or vibe to you, almost like a fairy tale energy. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel this essence or vibe from you, my pal number ones. Because I even heard like kids playing as I started your reading, and they weren't playing outside before this. So I feel like that energy from you, like your vibe or your essence, is just beautiful. It's shimmery, it's sparkly. That's the feeling I get from you. And I also feel like people naturally just trust you wherever you go. You have this trustworthy presence. You always speak the truth when you communicate to people. You are in your truth. You are in your authenticness. Like, wherever you go, you dress the way you want. You express yourself the way you want. You speak the truth and only the truth. And I feel like that also just makes people even more fascinated by you because you just hold this essence of like, I'm me, and if you don't accept that, then you can leave, but the ones that do like me will like me for me. So you kind of give off this very authentic vibe, like you're true to yourself, and that's also how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Because some people, I don't mean this in a bad way, like some people, you know, try to mold themselves to what others want, and I feel like others can naturally pick that up by the energy when people do that, whereas you are like, I'm staying true to myself, I'm expressing myself the way I want to express myself, the way I want to carry myself, the way I want to speak and dress, and you know, that kind of vibe. And it makes people even more fascinated by you because you're true to who you are. So this is how I feel you are, my pal number ones, of how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. You kind of, like I mentioned, are like a work of art, or like a muse. You're like that sunshine energy wherever you go, that butterfly everyone wants but no one can catch. And that is how I feel you steal the spotlight wherever you go, my pal number ones. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number twos. If you chose this cat's eye crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Okay, please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. You chose the card Feelings. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards for you. Okay, so for your cards, we have Light. If you can hear the kids, you know, laughing and playing in the background, I apologize in advance. We have Gratitude. We We have decisions. We have the future. For your tarot cards, we have the Ace of Spring, which is the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Spring, which is the Queen of Wands. Okay, this card wants to come out first. We have the Herald of Summer, which is the Page of Cups. I just had to check because I'm still getting used to the different suits and the different names. We have the Eight of Spring, which is the Eight of Wands. We have the Three of Summer, which is the Three of Cups. I love how they're just kind of playing here. So cute. And lastly, we have the Seven of Winter, which is the Seven of Swords. I don't think this is a bad card, especially since we're doing a reading on how you steal the spotlight. I'll explain in a moment. Okay, my pile number twos. Now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. So since you chose the card Feelings, I feel like you invoke deep, deep, deep feelings in people wherever you go. And I think I mentioned this in one of my other readings. I can't remember which one it was. I just want to try and remember. I think it was in How You Make People's Jaws Drop and Why. But I basically explained there that, like, I feel this is my pile of pure souls, people that feel things very deeply, people that kind of like have a lot of light around them. Perhaps you're very empathic, or you feel things very deeply on a deep level. You love hard. You basically go and live life with your heart. I mean, you even chose the heart cat's eye, and I was just so drawn to using this for you. I didn't know why, but now I know why, because you live by your heart. You walk everywhere with your heart open, and as you do that, that is your natural essence and vibe. You're probably very empathic. You feel things very deeply. You love very deeply. You love all humans and beings on earth very deeply, and you're such a light. You're my pile of pure souls. So this is what I feel your essence or vibe is, and that is why, if I explain this properly for you, you know how people can feel energy subconsciously even if they're not psychic? Sometimes we feel and pick up on people's energy subconsciously without realizing, and then we think it's our feelings, but we're actually feeling what their essence or vibe is, if that makes sense. So, for example, let's say someone that doesn't feel things very deeply will come across you, and you will bring out deep, deep, deep feelings in them. Okay, and then they will all of a sudden be like, what is going on with me? Why am I feeling things so deeply? And perhaps they mistaken that for like them loving you so deeply, but perhaps you just love on a very deep level, and you know, they don't even know you that well, but then they think they're so head over heels in love with you, but maybe they're attracted to you or attracted to your energy. in some type of way, and they feel the love in your heart, so naturally their heart vibrates at that love too when they're around you, if that makes sense. So then it's like they will feel it very deeply and be like, I've never felt this for anyone. But it's like you bring out those deep feelings in people, and that's how you kind of capture people's attention, you know what I mean, wherever you go. And like, let's say someone feels things very deeply on that same level and they come across you, they will feel like, oh my gosh, like I want to be friends with this person, I want to know this person, like that kind of energy. People will naturally feel that frequency match. You actually have a lot of people with the Three of Cups showing up here that love your vibe and essence and want to be friends with you wherever you go. And it's like they love to talk to you, they love your vibe, they love just smiling and being playful with you. And that's how I feel you are, like how you kind of steal the spotlight. You make people want to be friends with you and get to know you and even see you later on in the future, because they just love your vibe, your essence so much, my pal number twos. They love that hearty feeling you give them, okay? And you just invoke very deep feelings in people wherever you go, and that is kind of how you steal the spotlight the most wherever you go, because of the deep feelings you invoke in people when you're talking, when you're kind of just looking at them, when you're just walking wherever. It's like you invoke deep, deep, deep feelings in people, depending on what they need to feel in that moment. So this can also be, in a sense, like they pick up on your energies and they feel your feelings, and then they kind of feel attracted to you by your vibe, your essence, if that makes sense. Or it can be like, since you're so empathic, you bring up feelings in people that they are running away from. So like, let's say, I feel like your vibe, your essence is very healing. So what I mean by this is like, let's say you're around someone and they push down feelings of jealousy, right? Those feelings of jealousy are going to come up, but it's not because they're jealous of you per se. It's the fact that they push down that feeling, and your energy is so healing, you're so empathic that you bring those feelings out in people unintentionally because you're healing them, but they don't realize they're being healed by your light, if that makes sense. Okay, and if they ignore those feelings are going to continue to come up in ways that are not actually the best. So that is what I mean, okay? So like, let's say someone does ignore those feelings of jealousy for a long time and it comes up, and then they feel like they're being jealous of you, but they're actually not. They just have that jealousy within them that they haven't dealt with or see where it comes from or learned from that feeling or emotion. You get what I mean? So as much as you may have people that want to be friends with you, you may also attract some jealousy, but not because you are meant to be jealous at. It's just those feelings in them that are coming out that need to be healed because your energy is so healing. Or let's say you are around someone and they don't feel love as deeply. They don't feel happy emotions as deeply. They kind of deny themselves those feelings. You will come around them and you'll be so playful and you'll bring in this fun energy for them, and then they think that you bring in so much fun into their lives, but they were meant to feel that happy vibe or essence around you to bring in healing so that they can't deny themselves that happiness anymore, and then they think that they don't have fun on their own or around other people, and then they just want to be around you, if that makes sense. And then they mistaken that for them not being fun, or like they mistaken that for them maybe not being able to have fun on their own and needing you to have fun and to make them laugh, or that kind of energy. But actually you were meant to bring that energy out in them so that they could feel that positivity and that light in the life. You know what I mean? So that they can feel happiness. I mean, we even have yellow flowers here, so I feel like you invoke a lot of happy feelings in people most of the time, where people will literally be very drawn to you, and they'll love to smile and laugh around you and just be around you because you invoke deep feelings of happiness within people. You also invoke deep feelings of freedom within people, like I've never felt this free. You also invoke this feeling of like people remembering their inner child and what life was like when life was full of color when they were kids. I feel like you bring out that energy in people. This kind of just playful energy is what I feel with the Page of Cups and the Three of Cups, showing, you know, these three women playing together, and they're just in the water. They're not caring about how they look. They're just having fun. And that's the feeling I feel like you bring out in people a lot. And that is kind of how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Some people may think that they want to be in competition with you, but you are really just awakening them to their own feelings of jealousy and insecurity, is something I'm also feeling. Some people feel like they don't steal the spotlight enough, and then you come there with your vibrant energy and you show them that they also have beautiful traits and qualities of their own that they don't quite notice in themselves. So I feel like even when people are jealous of you or in competition of you, it's like they kind of have that confidence within them, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, what Spirit's showing me, but like they haven't let it out yet, if that makes sense. Just like with that happy feeling, it's like they deny themselves of that confident feeling. Like they have it within them, ready and waiting to come out, but it's almost like they lock that feeling inside of them. Just like people that deny themselves feeling of love. Like they don't want to feel love. But when you're around them, you bring that feeling out in them. And it's like they're just so confused because of how deep they feel love for you, but then it's like you're meant to bring that feeling out in them, if that makes sense. So I just mentioned some emotions. Of course, there are a deep, vast variety of emotions and feelings you can invoke in people and heal in people, if that makes sense, because your energy is healing. But at the same time, I feel like people don't always understand this. I didn't even understand this 2 weeks ago. This is something I newly, found out in readings. It's amazing to find things out in readings, gain some knowledge that you don't find in books. You find it from Spirit. But like, this is your essence, my pile number twos. Because you're so loving, you're so empathic, your energy is so healing that you bring out deep feelings in people, especially people that deny themselves feelings. And you'll also find that people are just very drawn to you because of the feelings you bring out in them. But it's like people are attracted to your vibe, your essence, is what I feel here, of how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Because it's like people feel most of the time good energies with you. It's most of the time good. It's just people that push down feelings that will maybe have those not so good feelings. But most of the time people feel so much gratitude being around you. People feel this homey vibe or essence with the crab here from you, because the crab to me reminds me of Cancer energy, the fourth house, home, that kind of energy. You give off this homey vibe to people, like they want to be friends with you, they want to get to know you, they want to have you close in their hearts, and it's like people feel so much gratitude when they meet you. That's how I feel of how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. And it's almost like your vibe or essence just attracts people in, just makes people happy around you. People feel free around you. That's what I feel here. It's almost like you bring music and color into people's lives when they've only had dull lives. And like, it's like you just bring that fun feeling of music, of playfulness, of freedom into their lives when they've never had that before. Spirit is also letting me know you give off queen bee vibes. It's like, that's how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Queen bee vibes. You steal it a lot, and I mean, we even have the 7 of Swords here. The way you steal the spotlight is immense. If we have the 7 of Swords, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you give off this queen bee vibe. And it's like everyone notices you wherever you go. You also have a lot of beauty and attraction, but I feel like it's your vibe and essence as well that just makes people even more drawn to you. Don't get me wrong, you have a lot of beauty, and physical attraction, physical attractiveness, but it's kind of your vibe or essence that just draws people in even more. And it's like, that's how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. And I'm also picking up, like, in terms of your physical looks and your physical beauty and how you kind of dress, wherever you go, like, whatever decision you make on what you decide to wear, it's like your fashion style looks very good. The way you decide to carry yourself and the way you decide to communicate to people and the way you decide to do your hair, the way you decide to do your makeup, it's like each time you do it, as we see here, people throwing arrows into these darts. I don't know what they're called, but it's like you hit the right spot wherever you go, whatever decision you make on what you decide to wear, how you decide to express yourself, how you decide to communicate. It's like you hit the right spot. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope I'm making sense. And also here with the Queen of Wands, you are the Queen of Wands. You carry this confidence, this charm wherever you go, this beauty, this handsomeness. And it's like you throw sunflowers or sunshine or like this kind of beautiful flowers wherever you go, this magical vibe or essence wherever you go. That's what I feel from you, my pal number 2s. This loving vibe, this free vibe everywhere you go. And that's how I feel from your energy, my pal number 2s. I just feel a lot of love in your energy. I feel happy, I feel free, I feel playful. And that's how I feel people feel in your presence and how you kind of steal the spotlight wherever you go. Spirit is also letting me know, like, people just are very drawn to you. The way you steal the spotlight wherever you go, it's like only you are in that spotlight. Perhaps where other people go, they steal the spotlight before you or after you, but it's like Spirit is almost showing me how to explain this. You know when we see, like, they're showing me America's Top Model and America's Next Top Model, sorry. And it's like all the girls walk on the stage and all of them look beautiful. All of them capture the attention. But it's like one of them is the most memorable. And that's you. And that's how I feel like you steal the spotlight. And it's not like those other people aren't noticed at all. It's just like you're the most memorable. And when you come on the stage, not literally on the stage, but wherever you go, it's like the spotlight is on you the most. You're the most memorable, like the best dressed, the one everyone remembers and everyone wants to see in the future. That's what I feel here with the future card. Everyone wants to see you in the future, see what you're going to wear in the future because of how you hit the right spot that time with the decision you make. But next time you make a different decision on what to wear and they're just captured by you, if that makes sense. It's like people can't wait to see you again. People are just very drawn to you and you're very liked by people. And Spirit is letting me know, like, how your beauty is. It's almost like fine wine. You get even more beautiful, even more handsome, or even more attractive by the day, is what I feel from Spirit. Spirit is showing me the number 777. So you just have like a lot of luck with how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. It's like you're very lucky in getting people to notice you. It's almost like, you know, with this lighthouse, um, you're like this lighthouse and everyone notices this lighthouse. Like, almost like you're a star and everyone is noticing this beautiful star in the night sky. And that is how I feel you steal the spotlight wherever you go, my pile number twos. So you just have this vibe or essence that is magnetizing, that is shiny, that is like everyone wants to look at you. Everyone wants to be around you, play with you, have fun with you. People feel free around you. People feel love around you. People feel very deep things around you. And people just can't wait to see you again wherever you go. And that's how you steal the spotlight wherever you go, my pile number twos. So that was your reading. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this purple agate crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. So please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. You chose the card Magic. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards for you. Okay, so for your cards, we have Mystery, we have Memories, we have Free Spirit, we have Relaxation, we have the Worlds, we have the Five of Summer, which is the Five of Cups, we have the Six of Autumn, which is the Six of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Summer, which is the Queen of Cups, we have the Two of Summer, which is the Two of Cups, and lastly we have the Ten of Autumn, which is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, my pile number threes, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. So you are my pile with a magical essence. It's almost like this very ethereal quality you have. I mean, we also have the Free Spirit card. So perhaps some of you look quite free in the sense of how you carry yourself. There's a sense of like you looking very relaxed, at peace. I mean, we even see that in the Queen of Cups, like how she's just, you know, fanning herself here. It's just this relaxed kind of vibe or essence you give off. And it's like when people are around you, they feel that from you. And I don't know, you just bring in this peaceful vibe, peaceful essence, and it's kind of like you're also very ethereal at the same time. You also have a very healing energy. You are also very free in the sense of how you dress, how you express yourself, how you perhaps, do your hair, do your makeup if you're a woman. But the feeling I get here is you just look very ethereal, you look very magical whenever you go somewhere. It's almost like you're from a different world, as we see in this world's card. Because here we see a fairy realm, and then above here we see the human realm. So it's almost like when people see you, it's almost like you're from a different world. You're very otherworldly, very ethereal, very much like I can't get another person that looks exactly like you, that has the same vibe as you, because you're very magical, you're very ethereal. Perhaps you give off this mermaidy essence or fairy essence, as we see, fairy mermaid here. Yeah, you just give off this magical vibe wherever you go. It's like you sprinkle sparkles wherever you go, flowers wherever you go. I just get that feeling from you, my palm number threes, that you're just very magical and ethereal and otherworldly in the way you look. And when you kind of, wherever you go, it's like you steal the spotlight in that sense, because no one quite looks like you or speaks like you or acts like you. You're one of a kind, and you're also very mysterious in the sense where people get very curious about you, like where you're from, where you bought whatever you're wearing, where you are living, where you kind of hang out. There's this kind of feeling of wherever you go, people naturally are just drawn to you and stare at you, and they're kind of just drawn to you in a sense of they get curious about you and how you have such a magical vibe, how you have such this ethereal essence to you. They just get very curious about you or wonder about you or want to talk to you, but they're very drawn to you, but at the same time they're kind of shy to talk to you. So I feel this, like wherever you go, you steal the spotlight in the sense of you don't have to try very hard. Even with the relaxation card, you don't have to try very hard to look the best. You just are yourself, and you look like you steal the spotlight wherever you go. Not in the sense of like, hey, look at me. Like in the sense of like you just go everywhere and people are drawn to your energy. Your energy is very magnetizing and people are just drawn to you, curious about you, want to get to know you. You don't even have to put on a show and act like you're smiling or waving your hair around. You're just relaxed in your own energy, your essence, and people are naturally drawn to you, almost like this beautiful fairy that they've never seen before, and or this beautiful mermaid they've never seen before, but they wonder how you became so magical or ethereal. And you also give off this mysterious vibe, like people just want to get to know you better, and they want to know about you and talk to you and kind of be a part of your world, if that makes sense. That's kind of the vibe I get from you, my pal number threes. And there's also this feeling of like, after you leave somewhere, wherever you go, you know how people kind of get curious about you? It's almost like you are stuck in their memory for a very long time. So an example I'll give is, let's say you are on a dating website and you're talking to people. It's like people are naturally drawn to you, and then maybe you don't talk to them anymore. You stop talking to them, and then perhaps they'll follow you on Instagram or something. But then they'll have that memory of you and like feel excited by that memory. Or let's say, you go somewhere and you talk to someone and they ask you for your number, or they ask you for your social media accounts like to see and follow you on social media. And there's almost this feeling of them scrolling through your pictures, having that memory of you, wanting to get to know you better, also being still very curious about you. It's kind of like how I explained in pile number 2, similar, where I said to them an example of America's Next Top Model, where all the models walk on and all of them are very beautiful, you know what I mean? But you will be that one model that everyone remembers for something, for perhaps the way you dress, for perhaps the way you talk and express yourself, for your magical vibe or essence. You're just one of a kind, my pal number 3s, and people will always have that memory of you. No matter where you go or who you talk to, it's like you'll be the one person they have a memory of and they remember for a very long time. Even people in your past kind of just have you in their memory always and talk about you or show people pictures of you and be like, oh my gosh, look at my pal number 3s, I dated them or I was friends with them. That's the kind of vibe I get from you, my pal number 3s. And you're just very free in the way you express yourself. You don't try too hard to get people to notice you. You're just very free and relaxed in the way you do it. And it kind of may rub some people the wrong way with the 5 of Cups here. I mean, we see this woman that built this beautiful sand castle and the waves are washing it over. And I don't feel like you try to get people jealous of you, especially since the fact that you're not trying to even steal the spotlight. You're just there, relaxed, being yourself, and everyone stares at you, everyone looks at you, everyone admires you, everyone's drawn to you. And you know, some people that try to look their best or really tries the hardest to be the one in the spotlight isn't. And it's almost like with the waves washing over here, it kind of reminds me of like when someone wears an outfit and they're like, everyone's gonna notice me in this outfit, but then they notice you and you're not even wearing something to get people to notice you, but people still notice you. It's because you have that magical vibe essence to you. Okay, so you may attract some jealousy because of the amount of energy you bring to you where you steal the spotlight, and you don't even have to try hard while doing it. You're just relaxed, sitting there looking pretty or handsome, and people just notice you and stare at you and look at you. And with the magic card, it kind of gives me the energy of like, I heard love spell. It's almost like you put people under this love spell wherever you go, where people just want to stare at you, they're drawn to you. I'm even feeling like children and animals are very drawn to your vibe or essence. It's just this free spirit, relaxed energy you have. You have a peaceful and calm energy, a very healing energy at the same time. So I feel like people are just kind of drawn to you in a beautiful way, almost like they've been put under a love spell. But I'm not just feeling romantic. You know, there is this romantic vibe here, even with this 2 of Cups. You may attract a lot of people that are just kind of attracted to you romantically, but at the same time, I feel like it's also friendship and people that just want to get to know you, just want to have you around. You have this vibe or essence, like people just want to have you around them as their friend, as their lover, as anything. Like, that's the feeling I get. People want to make memories with you and have you around in their circle because of your relaxed, peaceful, calm aura and your healing energy. It's just like people are naturally just drawn to you. Also, with these strawberries here, you could be very sweet to people, could be very loving and kind, and you know, you treat people like family. And that's the feeling I get. People see you as very sweet, and that's how you kind of steal the attention. Perhaps your look looks very sweet and yummy, if that makes sense. I just want to see what the strawberry spiritual meaning is. Perhaps it tells us something. Oh, and I said you have healing energy. It says purity, passion, and healing. So perhaps people feel very much passionate about you. They feel your healing energy, and they just feel very much like you leave sparkles wherever you go, this magical vibe essence. And it's kind of like this energy of like spirit is showing me a magic mirror. It's like you get people to look at you for a very long time, and then they kind of are just in a trance by looking at you, and that's how you kind of steal the spotlight wherever you go. I also feel like when you talk to people, people just feel a lot of wisdom coming from you, feel your healing energy from your voice, and it's like people like listening to your voice or talking to you and being friends with you or being your lover. People have a lot of crushes on you. Sometimes when you go places like where you're just being yourself, like perhaps a restaurant as we see here, it's like people love to stare at you even though you're just sitting down and eating. You're not trying to get people's attention, but you do because of your magical vibe essence. You're like one of a kind, my pal number threes. And the feeling I get is you're also very generous with people. You love to talk to people, as we see here, this young person and this old lady that is sewing something for her. I feel like old people, children, animals really like your vibe or essence too. You really give off this energy of love, of magical energy, of like sparkles everywhere. And it's like you also pay attention to people that people usually ignore or don't pay attention to, and that's also what makes people like you a lot. You're very likable, my pal number threes. And that's how you kind of steal the spotlight wherever you go. Also the way you dress. Even if you're not trying to outdress anyone, it's like everyone remembers what you wear or how you do your hair or how you do your makeup. Everyone has some sort of memory of you and is very intrigued by you. It's almost that feeling of, you know, when you go to the airport and you see someone very attractive but you never see them again. I feel like you give off that energy. Or like when people see you on social media, it's like they want to talk to you. They always have a memory of the things you post. Maybe they scroll through other people's Instagrams but they don't remember it later on, but people will always have that memory of you. And I feel like you're almost giving off this energy of like the one that got away to people from your past as well, is something I'm feeling very strongly. Also, the way you look is like very expensive, similar to, I think it was pile number one. Like you don't have to dress in a way that you're wearing the most expensive things, but the way you pull it off looks very luxurious on you, my pile number threes. And that's the feeling I get. Almost like this beautiful restaurant. Like, I feel like you are like that high class restaurant everyone wants to go to and be at, but like, or like, let's say, if I had to compare it to like food, as I see a restaurant here, you're like that one meal everyone wants, if I had to explain it like that. That's the feeling I get from you, my pal number threes, of how you steal the spotlight. I just feel a lot of magical healing energies, and similar to pile number two, this healing energy you have makes people very drawn to you and brings out strong feelings in people, because I feel like you also feel things very deeply, and it's like people naturally want to be your friend or be your lover or just be around you. And it's like this magical essence, vibe, otherworldly energy you have just draws people in like a magnet. And if some of you wear jewelry, some of you do your hair in certain ways, or you dress up in ways like it looks very free or it looks very classy or just very magical, or some of you just dress in your own way and it looks like one of a kind. That's the feeling I get from you, my pal number threes, of how you steal the spotlight wherever you go. I just feel with the mystery card and the memories, it's almost like Spirit keeps saying, like, people keep thinking of you even after you leave. It's like, who is that person? What do they do? What do they do in their free time? What hobbies do they have? It's like people just get very curious about you and you're on their minds for a very long time. You live in a lot of people's heads rent free, and it's not in a bad way. It's just like people can't stop thinking about you as well after you leave wherever you go. They can't stop thinking about the interactions they had with you as well. It's like your magical vibe, essence, otherworldly energy. It's like you're one of a kind and people just want more and more and more of you. That's the feeling I get. It's almost like, when you eat yummy strawberries and you can't get enough. That's how I feel like people are with you. I hope I'm explaining it properly, but that's basically all I have for you today, my pile number 3s. I really hope that this reading resonated, and I really can't wait to see you in my next reading. If you like this reading, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Bye!